I feel like we haven't been live in like forever.
This is true. We
It's
haven't been on.
it's been a while. We've been dealing with
Very true.
things, and it's kind of nice to be back. I'm not gonna lie, it feels pretty good. Kind of excited to be live again.
Yeah, yeah, it's been good. We've had some things going on and had some fun stuff going our way. So now we're getting ready to do our thing with
Fun.
Andrew.
Oh yeah, Mr. Andrew Bates.
So I'm looking forward to this. Well, how was your Thanksgiving, first of all?
It was great, and how was yours?
It was good. Didn't get any turkey, but
Wait, wait,
that's
wait,
okay.
wait. Hold on. How do you not get turkey on Thanksgiving?
That's just how things rolled.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
I got ham, no mashed potatoes, but no stuffing, no any of that. So
No stuffing,
I know,
man.
I know, it's different, very different.
Yeah, difference. A word you can use.
Hey, Brian, we missed y'all too. I think we've got a great show tonight. Obviously, we've got. I can't talk.
Andrew.
Oh, okay. So Andrew says he can't stream it.
Oh, that's all right.
Okay. Well, we're trying new things here. We're trying to stream it out to other places, but you got to be an admin to do that. So
That's all right.
it's okay. We'll make. We'll learn. It's always a learning curve here.
This is true.
So,
We're getting pretty good at it. So
oh, he did tacos.
eh, it's different.
Tacos. It's different. I like it. I like it a lot. Um, let's see here. I gotta make sure I got all my feeds up and running. I think we're good to go. Hey, everyone over in Hot Wheels TV land. And we're actually streaming on my own personal page too.
Oh, well, that could be interesting.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's where my phone was at.
who knows? Like I said, we got a great show tonight.
Hey,
We
what's
got
up,
Andrew
Poncho? Cool. There we
out
go.
in
I was on the wrong one. I
YouTube.
was on the wrong one. Now I'm on the right one. We're rusty. We haven't done this in so long.
I know. So, like I said, we've got Andrew tonight. Andrew's going to talk about what things are like in the KC area, his experiences with Hot Wheels and in general, um, and what he looks forward to the most. Let me get rid of some of these banners here. We'll hide that one because we all know Andrew's here with us, and we'll get rid of that one. Let's get into the comments. Yeah. So
So,
what do we got? What do we got going on this weekend? We've got some
well,
stuff going ourselves, right?
this weekend is actually kind of packed full of all sorts of goodness because not only do we have our Christmas show that will be on Sunday up there at the bank in Norfolk, we're also going to be giving we'll be pulling for those that are going to be able to make it their Halloween cars. We're going to bag them up just like we did last year, and we're going to release the Halloween cars to the public, and the ones that have got them paid for, and so we'll be able to get all the Halloween cars out. So that'll be really cool. I'm excited about that. I'm biased. I'm a Halloween kind of guy, so we've got that. I know we're going to have a Hot Wheels track there, and I need to find it before I go, but I'm going to bring my NSX with the lights, and I'm going to bring my Knight Rider, and I'm going to race those two side by side again. If we have the, I think are we having the big track, or are we bringing the small
This
track?
is a small track. We're doing small track this time.
All right. Well, maybe I'll wait for the NSX to break out for this. I want to run the NSX on a full track, even though it's not like that small track's not good enough. But I want to have the full on 30 foot and Who knows? Maybe I'll run it. Maybe I'll take him to nationals and sneak and run him down the track up there.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we can make that happen. We can make anything happen.
we,
So,
go ahead.
hey Brian, what's going on? And that's Brian Hetrick. So
Oh,
also,
what's up,
let's
B?
see here. In fact, let me get the flyer up. Saturday, for those who are newsletter members, it's a big day for us. We attempt to try to get uh, our tickets here, so we should probably try to do that on Saturday. Or on, yeah, that's Saturday, right? That's Saturday, and then
Yes.
Sunday is the show. And Sunday, I'm going to have to leave a little bit early at 2. I got to come back because I got to lock the place up. We have puppy training.
Oh, there you go.
All right, let's get this up going, and let me find. Yeah, there we go. That's the ticket.
There it is. There's the Christmas flyer. December 3rd, 10 to 3, 404
Yeah,
South 25th Street, Norfolk, Nebraska. Come on out, check it out. It's probably, honestly, it's my favorite location because you get to sit. You have the normal toy show atmosphere if you're at VFW or you're in a gym or wherever you are. They're all kind of the same. But when you're on the third floor surrounded by almost completely 360 views of the town from the third story, it's just super cool. And it's one of my favorite locations. So I'm
yeah.
excited about it.
The view's really cool. That's what I like about it as well. So there that is. We'll pop that up a little bit later tonight again too. So for those who are wanting to know, um, we'll do that. Oh, somebody's making threats against you there, Mr. Brent.
No, that was me. Nick said, what? I don't want to race him. And I said, I'd run you. But for some reason, the StreamYard doesn't want me to. I don't know. I've already given them authorization, so I'm not really
I
sure why it's being a goofy.
Every once in a while you have to re-add it in there
Oh,
again.
well,
So
nobody told me these things.
yeah, so it's new stuff. Andrew's sitting there just rolling his eyes in the background, going, "Hi, can we get this over with so we can get on?"
Well, maybe we
he,
should bring
he's
him
got the
on.
old cheesy smile there. All right, let's kick this pig, folks. We've got Mr. Andrew Bates joining us. Hey, Andrew, how are you?
I'm doing great, guys. Thanks
What's
for
up,
having
man?
me on.
Yeah, you
More than
bet.
welcome.
I think this is a long time overdue, actually. I'm really happy that you're here with us tonight. Let me get the questions pulled up. I think, you know, you're one of the nicest people I've ever met. I'll be, and one of the most humble too. So that's just a compliment to you and your family and your dad and Corbin and everybody else that does run with you. You guys, you represent the hobby in the right way, I feel like. So let's get into it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I've been born and raised in Shawnee, Kansas, which is a suburb of the Kansas City metro area. Currently, right now, I'm a full-time college student studying business. Uh, I've worked part-time at Target over the last 5 years, mainly picking online orders. Um, I am Sergeant of Arms of our local Mocan Hot Wheelers Collectors Club, and uh, biggest thing about me is I have an addiction, and that is Hot Wheels.
Welcome to the club. I think we all have one of those.
hmm
Yeah, the first step is to admit it and then just let it go crazy.
I don't know if I've ever admitted that I collect Hot Wheels.
Well, you did now.
Oh, darn.
Hey, so, again, we are going to take questions and comments for Andrew as well. So let's get into that first one. When did you first start collecting?
Well, so I'll start kind of a little before I was born. My dad started collecting around the mid 90s. So, and I was born in 2002. So I've been around Hot Wheels my whole life. Um, I played with them as a kid. And then after that phase of playing with them, I collected them on and off throughout growing up. around 2016 is when I really got into it a lot more. My dad offered to help him sell some of his collection and get into the buying and selling part of it. And so I started kind of collecting head on from there.
Well, that's pretty impressive because, the one of the first people I ever met when I went down to Dallas, or remember making an impression, was actually your dad, because I was finding cars in there that were unbelievable and paying $2 to $3 for them and just going, this is not right. And then, every time your guys' rooms was one of the few that I would try to find right away. So that's kind of how that goes. I mean, y'all are good people.
Yeah, that Dallas convention was really fun. I do remember that. That was a great
there's
convention.
lots of good things happen at that convention.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me get here. What are you collecting at the moment?
So like I said, when I started in 2016, I was a little focused on, I had a couple of different castings. I was doing dairy deliveries and Red Barons at the time. Around 2018 is when I shifted to Camaros. So I was anything Camaro. Doesn't matter brand, size. I mean, I could have 10 of the exact same car. I didn't care. But it got to a point to where I was buying 10 or 15 of the same car, and I was like, I don't need this many cars. So I decided to shift my focus a little bit over the last couple of months. I've been trying to complete the Boulevard cars. For example, like this bad boy right here.
Ooh, there you go. That's a good one.
I'm 13 cars away from finishing that set, and then I have a complete 1 through 85 of the new run of Boulevards.
Nice.
And then another thing I've started to collect is the crack ups. I got this one from a good buddy of mine, and this is the one that really started me head on into it.
That was actually one of the last ones I was able to pick up for that line, because I just couldn't find it locally or anything. But yeah, that one's not an easy one to come across on some days, especially in really good condition. So.
And I wish the guy I bought it from had pretty much all of them in mint condition. I wish I just bought them all, but I bought this one. But at this point in my collecting stage, I am just mostly looking for stuff that catches my eye.
Yeah, it seems like you've gotten yourself quite a bit ahead of Brent there, because he's still finding his quads, quints, sextuplets, or more.
90.
Yeah, and if you watched a video last weekend, there was how many of those Datsun?
There was at least, I opened 87 cars, I think, total that night. And I think a good, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I would say I probably opened about 70 something of them. Nice. Of just the same casting. So
So my next question is, you go to all these different shows, and what do you enjoy about being at all the different ones?
Really, the biggest thing that comes with going to these shows is really getting to meet all the different people that come to these things. On top of all the toy shows that we do, we also sell at a local flea market here, the Boulevard Swap and Shop. And that's really where I've gotten a lot. I like to say my education. It just gives me different perspectives on everybody and how they do things. And, being around a variety of people is definitely one of the biggest things I look forward to when I go to a show. Another thing about the shows is that there's not really a great, like Stacy's show that he does here in Kansas City is a great show. And I know the Mid-State or the Capital City Diecast Club does a show in Topeka, and that's a great drive. But a lot of the shows that we go to are 3-4 hours away. And being able to travel to a lot of these is also really fun because you get to hit a bunch of stores on the way, hunt. I found supers, all sorts of premiums, just hitting different stores. The only thing about the shows that can be a little distressing, especially if you're a seller, is sometimes the shows can have low attendance, whether that be location or just the word didn't get out there. But even then, it's still fun going out because you still get to have that interaction with people that share the same passion that you do.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So, what do you like or don't like about our shows?
Ooh.
I really like your guys' show. It is definitely, out of every show that I've been to, you guys have a great family atmosphere to it, setting up a track, giving cars away to kids and everything along those lines. You're putting me on the spot for saying something that I don't like about your show.
Oh,
But I guess I'll just go with the drive that is associated.
Yeah, we're good with that one.
I don't mind driving the 3 hours, but putting the wear and tear on my car kind of sucks. But
I hear you on that one. He's not paid to say these nice words. Nice, very nice.
Yeah, the drive. I think the drive is a double-edged sword. It's not fun. I mean, we get it. I mean, we did it ourselves a couple weeks ago, but the chance to sit there and just, like you said, hang out, talk on the ride there,
Rich must not be talking about the Elmwood show because he's saying no food. I'll complain. So, Rich, Elmwood, there's food.
There's lots of good food there.
Yeah, and we normally do snacks and stuff for the free or the Norfolk show.
Everybody. Yeah, we'll have something. I don't know what. We'll have something. There'll be enough. We had turkey left over at the bank. I was like, oh my god. I was like a fat kid. Anyway.
I'll mention real quick, Richard Adams, he's a good dude. He's also in the Kansas City area. Well, I asked that same question, Brent, but
no, Rich is a good dude.
He's always hooked us up. He's always made good deals with us. So, and we make good deals to him. So, just wanted to give him a shout out because I see he's watching.
Yeah, we like that too.
There's all sorts of people that have been popping in and out. I've seen Barb. I've seen Troy. James is here. Corey Spencer. Carl Smith. Everybody's popping in tonight.
Let's see here. Okay, so we're gonna kind of switch this over to like a convention style question here. What, in your opinion, is like the difference between LA and nationals for you?
So LA for me, it's really a fun, laid back type of convention. The one thing that I went into it, I had a 4-year gap between when I went in 2019 and when I went just this past October. And it didn't really feel too different. And I kind of went into it knowing what to expect out of it. LA is a really fun city to go sightsee and people watch. And there's definitely gaps in the convention schedule that allow for people that are traveling out of state to do that. And the best thing is that there's a bigger Mattel presence there. So you have a lot more people that are taking the time out to sign autographs, show up with their really cool cars. And I really like LA, but Nationals is a completely different atmosphere. That week is nothing basically but Hot Wheels, and you have to basically schedule just knowing that you don't have a whole lot of time to go out and explore the location that it's at. But to compensate for that, there's always something to do at the hotel. And you're in a new city every year. And I do wish it came closer to Kansas City or up north.
You ain't alone on that one. I would love for a little closer to home sometimes, but I wouldn't mind driving to a convention one of these days. But like with Atlanta coming up, that's a little too far for me to sit behind the wheel. So,
well, it's for us. I know it's probably another couple hours for you guys, but for us, it was not a bad drive, and especially if you have a couple drivers to do it. One of the things that we typically do at nationals is we leave after the finale,
Mm-hmm.
so that we don't have to spend the extra money, the extra night, just to pack up and leave early anyway. So
Yeah.
uh,
But you guys are seasoned, experienced convention goers. You have all these tips and trips that you could probably tell us about, and we'd be like, "Oh, I didn't even think about that." So yeah. Okay, so staying with the convention theme, and again, everybody, if you got a question for Andrew, or if you just want to give him a hard time, go ahead and hop in there.
there's a lot of names I heard that they like to give me a hard time.
I know.
Everybody's being all nice to you for some reason.
What do you miss about previous conventions compared to now? So if there's something that they used to do but don't do anymore, or vice versa, what's your feedback on that?
One of the biggest things that I've noticed the trend in over the last couple of conventions is that the autograph lines are a lot longer, and I think you have to get like a certain ticket to get in and all that.
Yeah.
I remember I went to Cincinnati, I think that was 2011, and I just walked up and there was no line, just got the autographs from all the designers and everybody, and they took the time, they signed pretty much everything I gave them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the biggest thing that I would miss about the conventions, is that you don't have that easy access to go see the designers that you want to see.
Yeah. That is the one downside is there's not a lot of, as you said, LA has, it's in Mattel's backyard, so you can get everybody to show up, if it's their day off. When we were there in 2018, we got to meet, there was like, heck, there had to have been like 20 designers just all in a row. Some of them I'd never heard of, some of it I'd never met before, and it was really neat to meet a lot of them. And there were some of them that it was the only time I got to see any of them. So, but I agree. The autograph line has definitely changed from when I got it in 2018 till what was the first autograph session that we got back? It would have been Columbus? No, Charlotte.
First autograph session would have been Atlanta.
No, they weren't in Atlanta.
Oh, they weren't. That's right.
No,
so you're right. You're correct. It's Charlotte.
Yeah, it was Charlotte. It was their first time back.
And that was we don't know if it's going to happen.
There was, I think, there was 4 from Mattel. Mm-hmm. And there was Mike and Chris, and there was,
I think, Brian Pope too,
and Chris Stengler as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was that was like a last minute decision. If I remember Brendan saying something about that, that was like they didn't even know on Monday whether or not they were going to be able to the previous Monday, whether or not they were going to be able to make it out or not. So that was real interesting to hear that, but grateful that they were here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we're going to save this question for last because we all know the correct order. Who's been the most influential to you during your time collecting?
I mean, I got to go with my dad on this one. He is really the biggest one that has put me out into the collecting atmosphere, going out to shows, selling at flea markets. I mean, without him, I would not be talking to you guys today. I probably wouldn't have ever gotten interested in Hot Wheels, to be frankly honest. So I just got to give a big shout out to him. He's definitely the one that has got me into this for sure.
Very cool.
So what can you tell us a little bit more about your dad? For those of us who have never met him or dealt with him, what's he like? What does he bring to the collecting, and what made him have that big influence on you?
I mean, he is probably one of the nicest guys that you'll ever meet. He definitely goes out of his way to ensure that every collector at the end of the day is satisfied with what they get. Because like I said, we do a lot of business, and with that, we either get a lot of really happy customers, or we get a lot of, and we get sometimes people that are dissatisfied. And he definitely tries to go out of his way to ensure that everyone is happy at the end of the day. And that's definitely why I try to look up to him for.
Very nice.
Yeah. He's good people. Like I said, he was one of the first people I met going into a room, and I was like, "Oh man, they got all these cars, and they're so cheap." And
That's
nowadays,
definitely that's our motto. We're not in love with the stuff that we're trying to sell. So
Trying to get it to new homes.
Yep. All right. Who spends more money, you or Corbin?
Oh,
where's Corbin at? He's
I
not as big.
I texted him. I would say, because he started out a little later. He started out about 2020, and got involved with our collection and everything. I would say we're probably pretty close to equal, but we definitely have different preferences in the cars that we like. I'd say that he definitely has a lot more expensive tastes than I do. So he can spend more on a car than I would ever imagine spending on one, but I definitely think he has a higher quality collection than I do.
I think somebody said he's outrunning the stores.
Goes Carl.
That's kind of one I wondered if that's who it was.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Says he's out running the stores.
Have you guys ever gotten into competition about, picking cars or say, I want this or I want that? Or
No, I mean, you obviously, we are in a partnership with each other. But I mean, I'm not going to fight over a car. It's just not worth my time. So we haven't really got into a disagreement over a car because, like I said, we have different preferences in what we collect. He's a little more into JDM and 55 gassers, but I try to just do my own thing.
Yeah, so. I know we were talking about the slick rides a while ago too, and how you had those, and then did you get rid of them or did you get them all back? I can't remember. I just remember we were talking about it because I'm trying to finish it off and
slick rides. Oof.
That's the 62 Chevys.
Oh yes, I don't have those anymore, but I sold all of those, I believe.
That's before I met you, so it's okay.
We have bits and pieces of it, but we don't have like the whole collection of them, especially those 62s.
That's a tough set to get. It really is.
And there's a lot of variations and exclusive cars, and it's just a lot of colors, differences, and
and it was kind of like they released it like the first bunch, and they were supposed to do, because there's a couple of recolors of everything, but they discontinued the line. So like the 83 Silverado, for example, was supposed to have a second color, but they never made it, from what I understand.
Yeah.
There's a couple. What was the 83 Sylvia in the slick rides? Okay, yeah, I see it.
That is one I do regret not buying. Someone had that one, but it didn't have tampos on it. It looked really nice. I should have bought that. That was a few years ago now, but
I have that. I actually got that one on the card in the store, not realizing what it is, but there it is.
Yep.
This one. I really like this one.
Yeah. My thought was that they were going to have every one of those cars was going to be, there was going to be two colors to each car, but it didn't happen. And Klein was telling me he's like, that's like one of the first real true premium sets that comes out. That's where the premiums come from, although they're not called premiums, but that's kind of where they come from.
I think that's when they first really started classifying it as like metal on metal and real rudder tires, because they had other premium type cars like the 100% lines and everything like that, but I don't think they ever classified it like that.
No. So Rich Jensen has a question for you, and we got it up here, and he goes, "What do you think about the team transport?" So, thanks, Rich, for the question.
They are definitely one of the cooler lines that Hot Wheels has done over the last. I think they came out in 2018, so it's been about 5 years now.
It is. Good
I
Lord.
think what are they on, like 60 something now?
Yeah, something like that. I got them loose all down there. I don't keep cardboard usually, not even if it's Supreme.
Yeah, I wish I got that Supreme one. I waited in the because I sold it online, but it like sold out in like a second because of all the bots that are buying all that Supreme stuff.
Yeah.
It's definitely a line that I wish I kept up with and completed. There's a lot of really cool ones. The only thing that drives me nuts with those is that they haven't done a transport with the Camaro yet.
That's okay. I'm good with that.
I know you're good with that, but I'm not.
Quit lying, Kent. You would buy it, and you dang well know it.
We didn't say. I mean, I know I would buy it. We all know this, but
yes,
still, we could do without it.
Especially, they've released that new Liberty Walk one.
Yes,
that it's actually like a semi truck and trailer instead of just a flatbed truck or something like that.
Yeah, that's on my hunt. That's definitely on my hunt list, and that one is number 56. The Liberty Walk is.
Okay, so if we're gonna do the Camaro question, here's the answer. It'd be the 85, and it'd have to be like IROC, International Race of Champions. That's the one they'd have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay,
I have to agree with you that would be the only way to do that one. Is it'd have to be the IROC.
Yeah, that is for sure. Okay.
And that is also another thing I've been hoarding, the new Fast and Furious one. I have a little small hoard of those. I think over time, I think those will do pretty well.
Is that the Liberty Walk R34?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need one of those. I have not found one.
I need to buy one too.
I might have to pay you some money.
There you go. Maybe we'll get a package deal going.
I got lucky enough. I found one on the pegs.
Oh, nice.
And I bought my other two that I have from other dealers that I do business with. So
there you go. Can't go wrong with that.
So what casting would you like to see disappear or be discontinued?
This one's more of a joke, but I've never been a fan of the Mad Fast. They haven't made them for a little bit. They just released it as a treasure hunt this year, but I think it hadn't been released since like 2016, and that was the dinner car from Indianapolis, I believe.
Yeah.
And the joke is that everyone got mad fast when they saw that as the dinner car.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
I know they use it on the trophy toppers.
That yeah, those are extra
dinner cars that nobody wanted.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, that car just increased in value.
But yeah, that's just one car that I think all collectors would be okay without.
Okay, so I've got another one here that's not on the books. There was a question in the reference page this week. Somebody asked a reference on someone that was well known. Let's put it that way. I don't want to use names. When you see things like that, what do you think?
I would have to say that the person probably asking for the reference check is probably pretty new to the hobby and hasn't done a whole lot of hasn't been around the online groups a whole lot to understand, like, because I think I saw that post too. I'm not going to name names, of course. But I just don't think that they have experienced seeing, previous dealings with this individual, so they don't know whether or not they're a good guy to deal with. So obviously ask the reference check, but you might get some backlash on the internet unintentionally, of course.
Yeah.
And I actually thought it was a good idea that the guy actually reached out and actually, even if, if you're a new collector and you're looking for a safe, person to deal with, that page is a really good place to start. You can, research and you can find names, you can ask those kind of questions, and the good people that are in there will tell you, yes, this is good, this is no, good or bad either way. Most people might joke around like, like, we're really asking this, but it just goes to show that the hobby is very, very large and there's a lot of people in it. So I actually commend that person for reaching out and asking that kind of question, because there's a lot of people that are out to just rip us all off. And if you don't pay attention or don't know the person you're buying from, it can go from $1 car to a, $25,000 car. You want to know who it's coming from. You want to know that it's legit. If you don't know, having the sources, if you don't have the sources, being able to ask those kind of questions is a really good thing. And I'm actually glad the guy did it. And I think it's a really smart move.
Yeah, and I will just say real quick, the guy also could do a lot of his business in person. So for me, for example, we typically don't do a whole lot of online deals. We typically go to shows and everything like that. So if I do an online deal, there's not going to be a whole lot of people. Like, obviously, I know you guys helped me out with the reference check a while ago, but without you guys, I probably don't have that many online. I mean, I know there's people that vouch for me, but there's not a whole lot of people I do business with online, if that makes sense.
No, that's a good point. I mean, you once you get into this for a while, it seems like you just develop this small group of people that, okay, I know what I'm getting with. I know what I'm getting into, who I'm dealing with, and then you kind of stay there for the most part. So yeah, I definitely get where you're coming from on that. Let's see here.
What's up, Izzy? What's up, Stacy? How you guys doing tonight?
Nice. There's more awesome people popping in tonight.
Oh yeah,
that's because it's Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew's cool.
Besides your dad, is there anybody else that's kind of like had a big influence, or someone that you would go to be not so much a shoulder to cry on, but more so, hey, I can bounce this off of them and they can have good input or provide me with good feedback?
Yeah, so it's my dad and my two brothers, Austin and Corbin, which I know most people in here know Corbin, but a lot of people might not know my brother Austin. He's also really involved with us in the buying and selling of Hot Wheels and everything like that. The problem is that he works nights a lot of the time, so he's not able to make it to a lot of the shows, and that's going to change next year. I'm going to get him to a lot more of the shows, but he helps out at our flea market quite a bit. Corbin and Austin are definitely the two other influential people, especially when it comes to the Hot Wheel things, that I go to if I have a problem with something, or if they have a problem, they come to me. And we work together. We're always looking for positive outcomes in every situation. And those two people, other than my dad, are definitely, we're all one big circle looking to help improve this hobby.
There you go.
Nice. Is there anybody that you look forward to seeing at convention that you may not get to see on a regular basis or anything like that?
trying to think if there's not like a big name off the top of my head that, I mean, obviously some of the designers, I would love to sit down and just have a beer with some of them just to pick their mind, how they went with their career and everything. But for the most part, I mean, I see a lot of the main people at shows and the flea market on,
Nice.
All right, that works.
It works.
That works. Okay, Chiefs or Royals?
Well, I am proud of either team, no matter win or lose. But I will have to go with the Chiefs since I'm not into baseball as much as I am football.
There we go. Okay.
But I really rallied behind the Chiefs or the Royals when they won the World Series in 2015, and I look forward to them winning another one 30 years from now.
Hey, at least your wait isn't as long as mine. I was a Cubs fan. I'm still a Cubs fan, so you should feel my pain. And good thing Scott Orloff isn't in here.
And see, I wish that the Cubs actually won the World Series in 2015, just for the Back to the Future reference.
Yeah.
But it's all right.
That's all right. You had Alex Gordon on that team. I'm good with that.
No, that was a really good team. The only guy I recognize on the Royals is Salvador Perez. Everybody else is kind of gone or too new for me. I haven't really followed them a whole lot, but it's kind of hard not to follow the Chiefs. I mean,
you got Swifty out there. I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Good
I mean,
Lord.
she's brought millions upon millions of new fans to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs probably can't keep their gear in stock right now. It's like, oh my God, we got to buy it all.
Well, I think both the Kelsey brothers, I think both of their jerseys are like among the top selling this year for sure.
Yeah, I think I can see that.
Yeah, that can happen. Okay, let's see. Let's save the last question, and then we might rip some cards. And then I do have a couple of things that we got to put out for the show on Sunday. All right. So the most important question of the night: what is the correct way to face your cards? And I already know your answer.
See, okay. I am indifferent on this question because I have the Hot Wheel 48 count cases right behind me, other way, over there. And I used to have them to where the cars were facing each other. So they were both facing left and right. So I would say I am indifferent. It's just however the collector wants to face them.
There we go. Yeah. But no, that's the thing. It's a running joke for the whole left or right thing. But I'm actually if we could take this show on the road, I actually have one of those 40 count display cases, and both cars are aiming at each other. One half is one way, the other half is the other way. So I do agree with that. But that's the only one case, and that's because I was trying to hurry it up and I just kind of threw cars in. But I'll fix it. Don't worry.
Well, and I've been kind of purging my Camaro collection a little bit. So my display cases behind me had nothing but Camaros in them, and I've kind of put some new stuff in, and it's kind of a mess right now. I have cars facing every which way.
Mm-hmm.
Carnage.
Pretty much. So eventually, I'll put it back to where they're both facing each other again.
Nice.
Very nice.
Okay, so the internet's wanting to know if you're a Swiftie now.
That would be Miss Barb, actually.
Oh,
of course Barb would ask that question. She loves to pull me a little bit.
Barb's like messing with people for fun. It's just a good time.
I am not a
her
Swiftie.
laughing.
I've never been a fan of her music. But if it makes Travis Kelce play a little better,
Right?
that's fine with me.
There you go.
There you go. Score. Okay. Again, if you guys come up with any last minute questions, just shoot them on up there. A couple housekeeping items. Setup Sunday is at 8 o'clock for vendors. You'll ride up to the elevator on the 3rd floor. Doors open at 10. Let's get this back up there for everybody. Share screen. And there we go. So again, vendors come in at 8. Doors open to the public at 10. There will be no Saturday setup. There is a prior engagement. I think Brent and I might be moving some tables around. If you want to come early, I think I can get in the door at 7. Since I have a key, and we can move some tables around, get things set up. Shouldn't take very long.
I'm saying we aim there at that 8 o'clock mark. That's an extra hour in sleeping, man. Come on. All right, yeah, we'll figure it out. Yes, yeah. Please, if you guys are available to help around 8 o'clock, definitely by all means. Unless we unless we put it out there that we have the table set up, or we do need help, or vice versa. We'd always take some more help putting up tables. And these ones are easy. These ones are on wheels.
They're on wheels. They flip down. They're super easy to get. And then I think around 1-ish is when we'll start pulling the paper bags and see who gets what
number. And chases. I forgot there's chases.
Yeah. So with that, we'll do all those things. Plus, every kid that comes through the doors getting a Christmas present while supplies last. We'll get some downhill racing in with the smaller track this time. And I know I'm probably missing something. So if anyone from the advisory board has a reminder about something, just throw it up there and we'll get it out there as well. Okay, so let's get into we're all big kids. This is a very true statement.
What's up, Wesley? How you doing tonight?
Okay, let's get into the fun part of the night. Let's do some cardboard carnage for those of you who want to participate amongst us three, because it's not like we're ripping open a Datsun or anything like that.
Nope, fresh out of Datsuns.
Yeah.
I got a bunch in front of me, but I'm not opening them.
Who wants to go first?
I mean, I can.
Okay.
All right. So a couple weeks ago, we were down in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the T-Town show, and I was walking around, and I found this Johnny Lightning American Heroes double pack. It consists of a Jeep Cherokee XJ Florida State Canine unit, and it has a 97 Chevy Tahoe Texas Highway Patrol. So I'm a big Tahoe guy. I'm a big Chevy guy. So I actually owned a Tahoe for a weekend, and then I was like, this isn't really my style. So I took it back and bought the current truck that I own. So yeah, I was pretty happy when I saw these. I hadn't seen them in the stores at all. I do like the police vehicles, always have. Big first responders fan. There is the Jeep, and the neat thing about these Jeeps is if it's going to open or not. It doesn't want to.
Gotta smack it harder.
I know, right? But I don't want to bend a wheel though. That's the problem. All right, this one doesn't want to open, but it has opening hood. But there's the lift kit looks a little weird on it. I don't know. And then of course the pretty one would be the black Tahoe. It's clean, it's simple, and it's one of my favorite body styles of the Tahoes. So
they need to do the Diplomat Nebraska State Patrol.
Meh.
They really do.
Meh.
All right, Andrew, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
So I was also at this Tulsa show that Brent mentioned, and one of my new addictions, like I mentioned earlier, is Crack Ups. So I'm going to open this one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's called Hood Basher. It's got a yellow blister and 95 cents written on it, and I definitely paid more than 95 cents for it. So
Do not flip it. Be very careful when you flip it, because when those things flip over, they chip the paint off the front end. So if you want to if you want to release it, put your finger on it, tilt it back a little bit, then lift the hood up. Trust me.
So cool.
Don't ask me how I know all this.
yeah, you might have mentioned that.
Yeah, I have a mint crash test car, and I mean, I took it out of the baggie, and then I flipped it and blew the paint off the front bumper. I was like, yeah, I was not happy.
Still need to get that car. Yeah. All right, so I want to do this, but you know the crack cups were too cool, so I won't do that. I'll just look like I'm riding off of Andrew. So I'll do this instead.
Open what you like, man. That's cool.
I like everything. And my Frankie's mad at something.
Yep, I see it.
And a cardboard.
Lift, rotate.
And they do like putting a lot of plastic into these.
Well, they don't want them getting scratched. They know that they're premium.
There's the Land Rover. This looks really cool. I'm trying to remember what the moving part is, but this is really cool. I like the tires and the wheels on it. Real deep inset wheel with I like these tires too. Okay. Well, that's all I've got for cars, unless we want to do a round two.
I got more.
I mean, I got another one laying around.
Okay, well, let's do a second round here then.
All right, well, we'll go in reverse the order this time. So I'll go last.
Okay, so this was the other thing I was going to open.
Nice.
I did the Beretta already, so I'm going to do the Camaro.
I don't have that Camaro.
Oh, now, is that a Camaro or a Firebird? Because it has a Firebird front end on it.
Oh, yeah, it does. It's a Firebird. Yeah.
Because that tripped me up when I was looking after those, too.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. That is a Firebird front end. But it looks like a Camaro back end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Super Cal Customs, if you ever get a chance, check these out. They're super, super cool. It's the only way you'll ever find the Chevy Beretta. Very nice set. And you get awesome stickers, which may or may not end up on my suitcase.
There you go.
And a ramp.
Ooh, see, now that's a cool thing, because there's ramps, there's dollies, there's different things. So there you go. There's the dolly.
All right, I got another crack up.
Oh, man.
Oh,
another G body, different color.
There you go.
Called Front Ender. Same deal, has a 95-cent sticker on it. And again, I know I spent more than that on it, so yeah, this thing's nice too.
Well, yeah, they're blister fresh, man.
Mm-hmm. That's why I like them. These things were meant to be destroyed.
Yeah, and it's not easy to find mint. I mean, this one was mint until I, chipped the paint off the front end, but they're not easy to find. So
most of the mint ones are over at Terry Hicks's house.
This is true. All right, so I got two to choose from here.
Are we doing the numbers?
No, I think I'll just. You know what? I'm just gonna rip this one, because it needs to get opened anyway. So I have a 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon. I've never opened one of these, so
no.
This one kind of fell off the table the other night, so there we go.
How's the paint quality?
This one is just as good as the rest of them. There's not a chip. There's no missing tampos. There's not a missed rivet. Nothing. I opened like 78 of these things, and there's not one error on them. So, yes.
Weren't you?
Yeah. Now that one's over here somewhere on this pile of table that's just Datsuns. We're everywhere. There it is. Yeah, there it is. That's the one that the paint chipped off of.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I can still keep going. I mean, I can literally just tear it off.
I don't think it's really going to matter anyway.
No, it's not. It has other plans for it. So, all right, rest it up some more. But the roof one is fine. It's just the hood one that's all screwed up. So, but either way, it will blend in nicely with the rest. So
Nice. Well, I mean, that's all I've got for tonight. Just come hang out with us Sunday from 10 to 3 at 404 South 25th Street here in Norfolk. It's going to be a nice, good, fun time. You know, it's going to be a little bit different show than what you're used to seeing in Omaha or in Elmwood. It's a little bit more intimate, but not intimate.
it's a really good show.
So come hang out with us. You get to ride the elevator, take you straight to the third floor.
Ooh,
Quit
I'm gonna need me one of those. That thing's nice.
Yes, this one's probably my favorite one. And again, I'm an idiot.
Well, we've learned that G-body crack-ups are awesome, but you have to be very careful with them.
Yep, because again, there's not a chip in it, but there now it's fine.
And then don't forget, you know, if you want to go to convention.
Yep, convention tickets go on sale on Saturday. I'm trying to think, there's an RLC sale coming up. There's a bunch of good stuff coming down the line.
There's lots of good stuff coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be an expensive. It's going to be an expensive month coming up. I have a feeling with the RLC.
Did you guys get your Integras?
Yeah, I was actually able to grab one. And if anyone still needs the Christmas truck, it's still available for sale. Which I thought it sold out.
No, it hadn't. Porsche is Tuesday, yes, and it's pretty.
Yes, that green chrome Porsche. Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Someone had one of those in LA that I think they stole from the factory, and it looked really nice.
Yeah, I can see that happening. It happens quite often that things get borrowed permanently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's all I've got for tonight. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you to Andrew Bates for taking the time to come hang out with us for a little bit. For those that are enjoying Thursday night football, sweet. And we will see you all either out in the aisles or Sunday. Come on out to the bank at 404 South 25th Street in Norfolk. Bye-bye.
Good night. Thanks again, Andrew.
Thank you guys for having me.
You bet. Have a good one.